Can you call the roll, please?
Director Scobie.
Here.
Director Wilson.
Here.
Director Hayes is excused. Director Augustins is not present. Director Eccles is not present. Director Edwards.
Here.
And President Bradley.
Here we have a quorum. I'll call a meeting to order.
From the President, contract and bond for letting number 8685, PA System Replacement, Phase 3, St. Louis Lambert International Airport. Contract and bond for letting number 8697, replace 4160V feeders for transformers 8 and 10 in Terminal 1 Garage, St. Louis Lambert International Airport. PSA number 1232, reconstruction of Hamilton Bridge over Metrolink, federal project number BRO B115018. Supplemental agreement number 1 to PSA number 1216, Dr. Martin Luther King Drive lighting and signal interconnection phase 3, Newstead Avenue to Vandervender Avenue. Supplemental agreement number 2 to PSA number 1216, Dr. Martin Luther King Drive lighting and signal interconnection phase 3, Newstead Avenue to Vandervender Avenue. Maintenance agreement between the City of St. Louis and the Metropolitan St. Louis Sewer District, which provides for the construction and maintenance of stormwater management facilities at the development known as Ground Transportation Center at St. Louis Lambert International Airport. Recommendation that the following events be declared a festival zone: St. Louis World Fair, Heritage and Games on August 16 through 18, 2019 at Forest Park World's Fair Pavilion, Governors Hill. Moonlight Ramble at Kaufman and Poker Parks and Market between Tucker and 14th, Chestnut between Tucker and 14th, 13th between Market and Pine, bike rides starting in and Tucker and Market and streets throughout the city on August 17, 2019. And St. Louis Black Pride at Keener Plaza, August 17, 2019. Emergency work orders issued for the month of May 2019 by the Department of the President and Facilities Management Division, Board of Public Service for emergency work and repairs requiring prompt attention be approved. Emergency work orders issued for the month of June 2019 by the Department of the President and Facilities Management Division, Board of Public Service for emergency work and repairs requiring prompt attention recommends approval. From the President and Director of Streets, joint recommendation that permit for Alan Chung to encroach with handicap ramp at 4216 Manchester be approved subject to certain conditions. From the Director of Public Utilities, recommendation that the board declares as emergency action repairs to valve truck number 221415 be approved. From the Directors of Public Utilities and Streets, joint recommendation that the following permits for AT&T be approved subject to certain conditions as follows. Placing a new buried cable in the alley between Wabula and Lotus, beginning at 5754 Wabula and ending at 5602 Wabula. This is to restore service for customers in this area. Starting in the alley at Goodfellow between Wabula and Lotus, place 1,446 feet of buried cable and 12 pedestrians going southeast, ending at alley of Wabula and Clara. Starting at the corner of North 10th at 2305 North Broadway. Access manhole for splicing purposes only. At the corner of 9th and Monroe at 2222 North 9th. Access manhole for splicing purposes only, etc. Starting at the side of 3711 Market along Spring Avenue to place a new 4-inch conduit for 150 feet to the new handhold at Foundry Way. AT&T to place 50 feet of new conduit from manhole 1013 to rear of 3691 Market, etc. AT&T contractors to access manhole at the intersection of 11th and Chambers and bore 65 feet north to the pole in front of 2001 North 11th. Then AT&T contractor to access manhole at the intersection of Madison and 10th and bore 120 feet south to the pole at the side of 926 Madison, etc. Recommendation that the following permits for charter be approved subject to certain conditions as follows. Starting at the existing charter pole, 1 south behind 3460 Hampton Avenue in the alley, boring north to Marquette, setting a valve to make a turn to Hampton Avenue, etc. Starting in the front of 214 Vandevender at existing vault, bore 269 feet north to alley, turning bore east in alley 459 feet to the end of alley. The owner of the project is placing conduit toward the alley, etc. Starting at the existing charter manhole at 801 through 899 North 10th Street parking, charter would like to bore north 362 feet and ending on private property at 901 North 10th. Starting at the corner of Wise Avenue and Macklin, from there bore south on Macklin on the east curb line plus or minus 15 feet off the curb line, 754 feet to 1319 Macklin to the property line and inner building. Charter starting in the alley at the side of 1539 Vale Place, from there bore 684 feet north on Vale Place, plus or minus 15 feet off the west curb line to 1900 Park and ending address, entering the property on the east side. Starting at the pole in the alley behind 4398 Holly Hills, bore northwest 27 feet to Christie, then bore northeast 303 feet across Holly Hill to pole in alley next to 4393 Holly Hills and riser up pole. Recommendation that permit for MCI Metro access to bore and place one 2-inch conduit manhole for new fiber, starting at existing manhole at 6900 Clayton, bore northwest along south side of Clayton Avenue for 563 feet, ending at 7036 Clayton, place a new manhole. From the Director of Streets, recommendation that permit for Charlie and Mike's LLC doing business as High Point Drive-In to encroach with sidewalk cafe of 4 tables and 12 chairs with liquor utilizing 215 square feet at 634 Grand be approved subject to certain conditions. From the recommendation that application for Pace Delmore Associates to encroach with building sign at 6211 Delmore be filed by reason of the fact that a BPS permit is not needed. It is not an encroachment. From the Director of Public Safety. Now we have the conditional uses.
Good afternoon, Mr. President and members of the board. My name is Sandra Long, zoning specialist for the city, and I'll be representing the building commissioner today at this meeting. Per board order number 766, transmitted herewith are recommendations for the following conditional use agenda applications. Approval with conditions is recommended for 7 applications: 3736 Evans, 4415 Gibson, 6413 Hampton, 4055 South Grand, 2214 Cherokee, 1528 Locust, 6401 West Park. I request that these recommendations be approved as submitted.
Are there any questions from the board on the conditional uses? Seeing none, take a motion, please.
I move to approve the conditional uses as recommended.
Second.
Moved in second for approval of today's conditional uses. Can you call the roll, please?
Director Scobie.
Aye.
Director Wilson.
Aye.
Director Hayes is excused. Director Augustin.
Aye.
Director Eccles.
Aye.
Director Edwards.
Aye.
And President Bradley.
Aye. Today's conditional uses are approved. I'd like to turn your attention to our meeting minutes from last Tuesday, July 30th, 2019. Are there any questions or comments on the meeting minutes? Seeing none, I'll take a motion, please.
I move to approve the minutes.
Second.
Moved and second for approval. Can you call the roll, please?
Director Scobie,
Abstain?
Director Wilson,
Aye.
Director Hayes is excused, Director Augustin,
Aye.
Director Eccles,
Aye.
Director Edwards, and President Bradley.
Aye, the minutes are approved. Today's agenda, questions or comments on the agenda?
Can we go back to Directors of Public Utilities and Streets under number 6? I thought I heard 4393
Okay.
Holly Hills.
It's 6. Is it charter?
Yes.
Yeah, item 6.
Okay. 4393 Holly Hills.
And then under Director of Streets, the 634 Grand or 634 White? I heard Grand.
Under that, okay. 634. Oh, okay, I'm sorry, it's 634 Washington.
Any further questions or comments on the agenda? Seeing none, I'll take a motion to approve, please.
So moved?
Second.
As amended.
As amended.
Thank you. Can you call the roll, please?
Director Scobie,
Aye.
Director Wilson,
Aye.
Director Hayes is excused, Director Augustin,
Aye.
Director Eccles,
Aye.
Director Edwards, and President Bradley.
Aye, today's agenda as amended is approved. Motion for adjournment, please.
So moved.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Meeting adjourned.